lot has happened since Nigeria gained its independence in 1960. It's been a remarkable journey of 61 years post-independence with numerous achievements, substantial progress and also shortcomings. In this next report, our correspondent looks down the long road in the areas of politics, governance and security.
Since independence, Nigeria has tested 3 systems of government: parliamentary, military and the presidential. After a civil war, a truncated civilian government and successive military administrations that eventually culminated in the transition to civilian rule in 1999, democracy has come to be accepted as the country's form of government. But over the years, how well has Nigeria fared in terms of leadership?
We might look at the fact that we have about 21 years of unbroken democracy. This is the first time in the history of this country. So maybe people can make that argument and say we seem to be getting right politically, even though the fruits of what we are seeing in terms of governance, we have not yet seen it. But perhaps if we continue along that trajectory without military intervention in our political affairs, perhaps we might begin to make progress.
There's the issue of rule of law and the effectiveness of the rule of law in terms of how we relate to each other. So across the board, you can say Nigeria is not doing exceptionally well, can greatly improve, but it's not an awful place that other people want us to believe it's in.
In recent years, the unity of Nigeria has come under serious threat. Calls for secession championed by Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho, has gained momentum in both the southeast and southwest regions. Amid the increasing agitations, experts say this is an indication of the slow progress the country has made over the years.
That cohesion that a country needs for growth and development is no longer there. People today are beginning to look more at their ethnic enclaves, their geopolitical zones, for succor and for hope rather than the nation. Nobody who understands what a nation should be will be happy with the state of things.
As the nation marks another milestone in its existence, it is still struggling with the issue of security, which includes the ongoing decade-long battle with insurgent group Boko Haram and more recently banditry and kidnapping in most parts of the country. Experts trace the current situation back to the 1960s.
If we start from what caused the 1966 coup, which is summarized, would include issues around nepotism, alleged nepotism of course, and then corruption. If a couple of years down the road, some of these issues are still facing us. Under the military, as an example, the military's ability to take decisions and to move quickly in terms of quelling some issues that would affect the nation has been quite well documented. So I'll give you an example. In the Northeast, under the present, President Buhari, there were criminals who would come into the country, block highways, and kill Nigerians. It became such a huge issue that the military mobilized, and in a very short time they were able to deal with it. Another example is the uprising, Islamic that was at that time called Metasini. The way the military mobilized and dealt with that too was legendary. However, because of the suppression of the freedom of speech and other rights that were suppressed under the military, they gave rise to certain challenges that is currently affecting the country.
This year's celebration comes amid a lingering doctor strike, brain drain in the health sector and massive emigration.
The country seems to be retrogressing rather than progressing. The leadership is a disappointment.
There's no job, nothing is working, everything is down. So 61 years is just a number.
I want to trust in the tenacity and the willpower of the Nigerians who like to survive under terrible conditions. They always come out strong. That will get out of this trouble and we'll all rejoice.
We are supposed to be jubilating that Nigeria has gotten to a retirement age, which is 60, 61. And now you have to sit back, watch what you have labored for, and be feeling at home. But unfortunately, we are still in the process. But we'll get there because of the level of development we are seeing recently.
Despite the challenges, the country has recorded some progress since 1960. It's now the largest economy on the continent by GDP, and democracy continues to hold firm. The country has had unbroken democratic governance for 22 years now.
All the critical economic indicators and developmental indicators are likely in the right direction. What is most challenging is the character that Nigerians have evolved over the years of being very, very self-focused rather than collectively focused, of being judgmental rather than seeking improvement, of having zero defect mentality, that we focus on the defects rather than the improvements, and the fact that we confess the worst things for ourselves.
Analysts say despite the country's challenges, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and the success of the Nigerian dream lies in the hands of all citizens.
Nigeria has not fallen far behind that we cannot recover it, but it will need concerted effort by everybody, especially the political elites in this country.
After a bright start post-independence, followed by a difficult middle period, the great unknown lies ahead for Nigeria. But for now, things are holding up for Africa's most populous country. Oyin Adekunle, TV360, Nigeria.